line because completely up to you. No new news today, just that today might not be as much of a stretch as Thursday usually is. I'm sure it's a huge stretch for the legs and the hips and everything because we use them so much on Tuesday. However, we do have a pretty big upper body component today. Also, if you see me struggling in the front, I could not find my 3-pound weights, so we had to up the ante to 5. If I'm struggling, no, I'm not. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started in that child pose position, knees wide on the mat, walking our hands forward, trying to get to the top, just finding that gentle stretch through the shoulders, taking those breaths, bringing awareness to all 4 corners of your body. Try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, pressing your forearms into the mat, trying to sink your chest a little bit further into the floor. Might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Letting go of any stress or tension built up throughout the day. And bringing awareness and setting your intentions for the rest of today. Feel free to rock those hips side to side if you'd like to add a little bit more flow. We'll hold here for just a bit longer. Trying to take that full brain scan, paying attention to where you're sore. Keeping that in the back of your mind for today's class. And on that next exhale, we're going to rise all the way up. Find that tabletop position, shoulders stacked over the heels of your palms, hips stacked over those knees. Pressing it through all 5 fingers. Go ahead and just start those spine circles. Warming up the back, warming up the shoulders, finding a point of tension. Hold there until you feel that release. Allowing your back and your shoulders, your hips to loosen up. Still staying aware of that breathing. Get one more big deep breath in. And exhale, we'll meet back in that neutral spine. Taking one more inhale through the nose, lift the chest. Nose looks to the ceiling. And exhale, squeeze the core, lifting up through the navel, push through the heels of those palms, and round out that back. Inhale, lower the chest, lift the nose, expand through the belly. Exhale, squeeze the core, push through your palms. Couple more. Deep breaths in, doing this at a pace that's comfortable for you. Bringing awareness to that breath. Paying attention to those muscles. Finding that neutral spine. Let's come back. Curl those toes underneath of you. Send those hips back and up, pushing that weight into the heels of your feet. Pedaling them out, waking up the backs of your legs, pushing through the heels of your palms, slight bend in those elbows. And just taking those breaths, waking up the backs of your legs, trying to send that weight into your heels. Let those hips rise a little bit higher. We're going to go ahead and hold here for one deep breath in, trying to push your ribs a little bit closer to the tops of your thighs. Feel free to keep a slight bend in those knees if that feels comfortable to you. deep breath. And we'll slowly transition back into that high plank, sending that weight a little bit more into your shoulders. Entering that next little flow, feel free to bend those knees, send those hips back, and come back into high plank. Exhale, sending yourself back, downward dog, following the flow. Inhale, coming into high plank. Using your core every step of the way here. Feeling that breath. Couple more, warming up those arms, warming up that back. Last one, holding in down dog. One more deep breath in. And exhale, set those knees on the mat. Slowly walking the fingertips a little bit further forward. Bring those elbows tight to your sides. You're going to lower down all the way to the belly and push yourself up, upward facing dog. If you need a modification here, feel free to set those forearms on the mat as well. And find that Sphinx pose, looking over each shoulder, finding that depth. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bring those palms under those shoulders, sending yourself back, coming all the way into that downward facing dog. Again, hips are high to the ceiling, pushing the ribs into the tops of those thighs. We're going to go ahead and walk our feet all the way to the top of the mat, finding that forward fold. Hold here for one deep breath in. Let the spine lengthen, inviting a little bit more warmth. Inhale, we're going to slowly ripple all the way up to standing, vertebra by vertebra. Reach those arms overhead. Find that length through those fingertips. Exhale, go ahead and dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Hinging at the hips, flat back, holding here. Letting the hamstrings stretch. One more deep breath in. Go ahead and step back with that left foot, coming all the way into that lunge. You want your knees stacked over your ankle. Option to brace yourself on either side with those blocks. Holding here for a deep breath, letting those hips adjust. Take one deep breath in. Try straightening out that front leg, finding that pyramid pose. Again, feel free to use those blocks here. You can put them in their higher setting, or you can push them off to the side. Just make sure you're feeling that stretch through the back of your leg. Again, let's hold here for one more deep breath. Exhale, we're going to re-bend, but this time we're going to head straight into a flow, repeating what we just did. Bend that front knee and straighten. Bend the front knee and straighten. Feeling nice stretch through the backs of the legs, the hips, the glute. Couple more deep breaths. One more deep breath in. Go ahead and end on that bent front knee. If you have weights and you'd like to use them, go ahead and grab them now. We're just lifting all the way up, bringing those weights above our head. Go ahead and hold here. Try to feel that contraction in the glute and the quad, knee still stacked over ankle. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to lean a little bit forward, putting that pressure in that glute and in that quad. One deep breath in. Exhale, send those arms back. Pull that left knee forward. and repeat. Stepping into that lunge, arms overhead, and step that leg forward. You're kicking back with your triceps here, so you should be feeling it in the backs of your arms as well. Pushing up through the shoulders in the back, and kicking back through the backs of our arms. Right glute stays on the whole time. Pushing through the right quad. Couple more. Speeding up just a little bit more, feeling that heat generated. Last one, step back, hold in that lunge. We're gonna bring those hands down. Feel free to put them in a prayer or hold them out in front of you, whatever's comfortable for you. I'll be doing the prayer. We're gonna pulse down in that lunge, holding, twist to that bent front knee, come back to center, and lift. We're almost done. Those legs are probably burning. You got it. Twisting through the obliques, feeling it in the core. Couple more. Keep that balance. Last one. We're going to hold and just twist for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down onto that back knee. Feel free to set those weights down to the side. Deep breath in. Go ahead and just flow. Bend and straight. Give that leg a break. Ending on that bent front knee. Go ahead and lift that right hand up into the air. Feeling a nice stretch. Reach through those fingertips. And exhale, close that gate. We're going to reach back and forward, keeping that flow. Back and forward. Keeping those deep breaths. Warming up the shoulders. 2 more. Last one, reaching back. Hold here. Option to lift that back leg up and grab that foot. Just feeling a deeper stretch. Taking those deep breaths. Exhale, dropping that foot, bringing both hands back down to the mat. Go ahead and curl your back toes underneath. Gently push yourself up. Stepping back with that right leg and pushing all the way into that downward dog. Pedaling out those feet, giving that leg a break. Pushing through the shoulders. Letting your arms get a little bit warmer. Another deep breath in. Feel free to take that modified vinyasa, putting those knees to the ground. Option to keep those elbows tucked tight to your side. Slowly lower chaturanga. Pushing up, upward facing dog. Tops of your feet pressed into the mat. Deep breaths. Go ahead and let those knees fall all the way down to the mat. Push back. Finding that child's pose. Give those arms a break. Before we get to the next part of today's exercise. Holding here, one more deep breath in. Exhale, pushing yourselves all the way up. If you have that knee pad, I'd suggest using it now. If you don't, that's completely okay. We're going to stay on our knees here. Go ahead and grab those weights. Again, if you have them. If not, that's okay as well. We're actually going to lift all the way up onto those knees. It's going to be an exercise that strengthens the hips and the shoulders. We're going to gently lean back, lift those arms in front of you, and come all the way up. Lean back, lift, come all the way up. You should be feeling this a little bit in your knees as well. That's okay. Strengthening, not hurting. Further you lean back, the more tension you'll put on those muscles. Just doing those deep breaths. Squeeze the glutes. Core is activated and strong. Trying to lift those arms up a little bit higher if you can. 2 more. Slow and in control. Last one. We're going to press both of the weights up overhead and gently lean. We're going to oblique crunch on the left side, push up through the shoulder, and switch over to the right side. Elbows tucked tight to your side, squeezing through the abdominals as we push up. Again, using those breaths, make that work for you. Keeping that balance. Don't let those hips shift side to side. Squeezing the glutes. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Couple more. Last one on both sides. Keeping those shoulders activated and on. We're going to lower all the way down to that cactus pose. Keep those arms bent at a 90-degree angle. Fall back, manual extension, and add a double shoulder press in. Arms lower to 90, lean back, and press all the way back. Shoulders should be on fire a little bit. Take breaks when you need to. Lower and lift. Couple more. You got it. Last one. Leaning back, coming all the way up. We're going to hold in that cactus pose, close them together, and twist back out. It's the last little burner. 8 more. Keep those shoulders on. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Go ahead and set those weights down onto the ground. I know they don't feel like your friend right now. Go ahead and just reach one arm overhead. Stretch that out. Deep breaths. Breathing all the way into the right side of your body. And to exhale, we're going to windmill all the way over to the other side. Again, taking those deep breaths. Coming all the way back up. Go ahead and interlace those hands out in front of you. We're going to slowly lower down. Squeeze the core here. Feel that stretch. Exhale, lifting all the way up. Finding length. Pushing through those fingers. Trying to reach your palms a little bit higher to the ceiling. Lean yourself a little bit further back. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Let's roll those wrists out all the way back down to the bottom of the mat. Feel free to move that knee thing out of the way. if you so choose. We're going to come all the way back into that tabletop position. Give me a deep breath here. Starting with the left leg, go ahead and just reach your right arm forward, kick your left leg back, find that straight line, fingertips to toes, and lower them both. Not a full bird dog. Right now we're just working on activation. Feeling that strength through the back, slight bend in those elbows, staying braced through the core. Squeeze the glutes. 2 more. Last one. We're going to swing all the way back with that hand and back forward. Swing back and forward. 2 more. Last one. Go ahead and lower both hands back down to the mat. Leg stays up. Elbows are tucked tight to our sides. We're going to take 1 Pilates push-up, lowering down. Nose almost touches mat. This time we're going to curl our right toes underneath of us and press all the way back, 3-legged dog. Lowering back down to the mat, making a little flow of that. Go ahead and push down, Pilates push-up. And press all the way back, 3-legged dog. We don't have too many of these, I promise. They're definitely difficult. Keep those elbows tight to your sides. Push up through the core. Last one. Squeeze those muscles. Push all the way back, 3-legged dog. Option to bend that knee, tilt those hips. 1 final stretch. Shoulders stay parallel to the floor beneath of you. Exhale, lowering that leg all the way back down. Find that downward dog. Hold here for 1 breath in. And exhale, walk those feet all the way to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Feel free to just hang here. Let that spine lengthen. Feel that stretch. Go ahead and take another deep breath in. Roll that spine up vertebra by vertebra. Reach those fingertips all the way up. Gentle lean. And exhale. We're going to interlace those hands behind us. Expand through the chest a little bit more. Sending those hips back, slight bend in the knees, coming all the way into that forward fold. Just keep breathing. Let those shoulders stretch out a little bit more. Exhale, go ahead and unhook those hands. Bring those hands back down to the mat or linked in front of you, forward fold. More deep breath in. Exhale, we'll half lift, hinging at the hips, flat back. We're going to step all the way back with that right foot now. Find that high lunge, knee stacked over ankle. Holding here, option to grab those blocks, add a little bit more support. Just taking those deep breaths. When you're ready, we're going to try to straighten that front leg all the way, coming into that full pyramid pose. Feel free to put those blocks all the way in their highest setting, or bring those hands all the way down to the ground, wherever you feel the best stretch. We'll take one more deep breath here and start on that flow. You're ready, bending and straightening, trying to get that deeper stretch to the back of your leg and then your hips. Couple more. Last one, we're going to end on that bent knee in the very front. If you have those weights and use them on the other side, try to use them again for this side to keep it even. We're going to come all the way up into that high lunge, weights pressed overhead, holding here, strengthening the hips, letting yourself adjust. Remembering to take those deep breaths. And on your next exhale, go ahead and lean forward, send those hands back into that tricep extension, and lift that foot. Coming back, lunge, press, exhale, and sending them back into that tricep extension. Keep that left glute and left quad on. Slow and in control. Wherever you feel the most muscle activation. Couple more. Last one. Feel free to take that prayer or come all the way at your sides, up to you. I'll be taking prayer. We're going to go down into that lunge pulse, twist to that front knee, and come back up. Lower, twist, center, lift. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Two more. Last one, we'll hold in that lunge and we'll just twist. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lowering all the way down onto that back knee. Go ahead and set those weights to the side. Glutes definitely burning a little bit by now. Reaching that hand in front of you, and we'll reach behind. Reaching in front and behind. Just using that breath. Gentle stretch for the hip here. Couple more. Last one. Feel free to reach behind, kick up that back foot. Feel a little bit more of a stretch. If you can't grab the foot, it's okay to just reach. Taking gentle breaths. And letting go of that back foot. Go ahead and step that back leg back and fall into that child's pose. Taking a deep breath here, feeling a little bit of a break before we get to the next segment, today's class. One more little arm burner, and we'll get to core. Feel free to rock side to side here, a little bit more blood flow through the legs. Exhale, let's go ahead and come all the way back up. Grab that knee pad. If that helps you, place it all the way underneath. Option to grab your weights here. It is definitely a burner. Just be warned. We're going to lift in front, squeeze those glutes, and then we'll send them back. Tricep extension to front raise. We're squeezing through our glutes to lift us up, using those shoulders and those arms to bring us forward. Only a couple more of this one, don't worry. Two more. Last one, we're going to hold back, but we're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way back up. Send those hands forward and squeeze them back. Activating biceps, activating the tops of those shoulders. They're called serving platters. Just keep breathing. Activate those arms, slow and in control. Couple more. And then we have another little burner for these. Last one. Holding here, we're going to circle up and down. Palms face the floor. Palms face the ceiling. Almost done. Slow and in control. Feel that activation spread through the chest. Two more. And last one. We're going to make them a little bit bigger of a circle now. Right into around the world. Bring them up, overhead. Feel that activation spread through the shoulders and into your back rather than your chest. Core is still on. Squeeze through the glutes. Almost done here. Two more. Last one, lowering down. Bringing those arms up, bicep curl forward. Lowering back down, lateral bicep curl. Try not to tuck those elbows too tight to your sides. Keeping that bicep activation the whole time. Last little burner, then we'll get that stretch. Slow and in control. Two more. Both sides. Last one. Go ahead and drop those weights down. Taking both those hands, interlace your right arm over your left. Go ahead, come all the way into that eagle stretch. Trying to lift those elbows a little bit further up, send those shoulders a little bit further back. Feel free to roll out your neck here. And a deep breath in, and we'll switch. Left arm over right, twist and lift. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back and down away from your ears. Gentle breaths. And we're going to unhook them. Go ahead and interlace in front of you. Bringing those palms all the way up to the air. Feel that stretch, little side bends. Give those arms a break. Another deep breath in. Try to reach back a little bit further. Unhook those hands. Go ahead and interlace them behind your back now. And come all the way down. Feeling that stretch through your shoulders. Deep breaths in and exhale. Coming back up, feel free to move that knee pad out of the way. We don't need it anymore, I promise. We have one little burner for arms, just so we can keep it even, both left and right side. Coming all the way into that tabletop position. Go ahead and send that right foot back now. Lift up the left arm, keep that straight line. Core is engaged. Lower and lift. Just activate through the back, squeeze the glutes. Only lower and lift here. You got it. Couple more. Still use those deep breaths. 2 more. Last one, keep that leg lifted in the air, swing that left arm back, reach and come forward. Reach behind and forward. Engage that core. Almost done. Last one. Go ahead and lower that arm all the way down, straight into that Pilates push-up to 3-legged dog. Elbows tucked tight to your sides. Lower, push up, curl those toes, send yourself back, 3-legged dog. Lower, push up, and send yourself back. 4 more. Slow and in control, using that core the whole time. Last one. Push back, find that 3-legged dog. Feel free to bend that knee and tilt those hips. Shoulders stay parallel to the floor. Hold here, 1 deep breath in. And exhale, we're gonna step to the outside of either hand. Come all the way into that yogi squat. Feel free to send both hands in front and slowly work your way down. Sending those weight in both those heels. Option rock side to side. Couple more deep breaths. Option to add in that alternating arm reach. Completely up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable with. One more deep breath in. When you're ready, we're going to send ourselves all the way back and onto our glutes. Gently rolling down. Keep a block handy. We'll need it later. Not too much with core today, I promise. I know today was tough. We're going to come into that reverse tabletop position. You're going to keep those arms overhead as well. Feel free to add weights here if you'd like. And just alternate opposite arm, opposite leg. Extend and come back up. Making sure there's no space between your lower back and the mat. Squeezing that core. If you want to increase the intensity, you can lower, lower, lift, lift. Just adds a bit more tension into that core. Two more. Last one. Go ahead and keep both those arms up. We're just going to drop both bent knees, toes tap the floor, and lift back up. Tap the floor and lift. We're almost done. Couple more deep breaths. Last portion for today's core circuit. Go ahead and stay in that reverse tabletop position. Grab that block. We're going to extend our arms overhead. Send those feet out. Coming back, reverse tabletop. Place that block over your shins and extend out again. We're going to repeat that a few more times. Know your core is on fire. You got it. Slow and in control. Keep that breath. You guys are doing so good. 2 more. Last one. Good job. Go ahead and send that block over to the side. Give those knees a hug. Rock side to side if that feels good to you. You made it through core. That is all for today. Go ahead and place both feet down onto the ground. Lifting up that right leg. Hook it over top your left. Feel free to stay here. Or you can grab onto that left leg. Gently pull it closer to you. Feel free to rock side to side here as well. Just feel that gentle stretch through the legs and even the shoulders. When you're ready, go ahead and send those hands to either side of your body. Gently let those hips fall to the left. Both shoulders stay planted on the mat. Another deep breath in, trying to twist a little bit deeper on that exhale. Coming all the way back up to center, unhook that right leg from your left. Lift the left, hook it over your right. Feel free to stay here, or you can grab onto those legs. Gently rock side to side. One last deep breath in. Send those arms to either side of your body. Gently let those hips fall to the right. Shoulders stay on the ground. One last deep breath in. Try to twist a little bit deeper. And coming all the way back up, finding center. Unhook that left leg from your right, bringing the soles of your feet together, one hand over your heart, the other over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Taking this time to bring awareness to all four corners of your body. Try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feel the back of your head pressed into the mat. The rise and fall of your chest as you slowly allow yourself to sink further and further into the floor. Might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Taking that full brain scan, paying attention to what feels sore, what feels tense, what's calm, strengthened, and stretched. Letting go of any stress or tension built up throughout the day. Bringing awareness and setting those intentions for the rest of today. One more deep breath in. That's going to bring us to the end of today's class. Thank you all so much for joining me for another week, and I will see you all again